Okay, welcome everyone to ranking the Spider-Man franchise of films from Sam Raimi's Holy Trilogy to the Mark Webb duo of films and the MCU current films.
This is literally something we just made up like 10 minutes
We
ago.
legit just made this up 10 minutes ago just to kill time, really. Yeah. So let's just get into it. The Sam Raimi trilogy, what are your thoughts on the Sam Raimi trilogy then?
It is the holy grail of any superhero trilogy. I think everyone knows this about me. I made a whole goddamn video about the Sam Raimi trilogy.
Link in description.
It includes my face.
Yes, it's included in the description, folks.
It's no doubt for a fact that our generation, we're noughties kids. We were born in the 2000s. We grew up watching the Spider-Man.
I literally watched this in the cinema.
I had videotapes.
I watched Spider-Man 1 on DVD like every day when I came home from primary school.
Same thing with my videotapes. I used to think I was Spider-Man climbing up my door frame, thinking I was Spider-Man.
But yeah, you used to do that.
Yeah, I used to do that. I had the Spider-Man socks, the Spider-Man pajamas, the Spider-Man toys.
Spider-Man backpacks.
I had a Spider-Man backpack.
Water bowls.
Yeah. And that's all from the influence of Sam Raimi's films. So again, it all has like a really strong place in our heart.
After The Hobbit and Harry Potter, it was the Sam Raimi films I watched in the cinema with my auntie. Mm-hmm. That introduced me to like superhero films and stuff like that.
Okay, we can all agree that the best parts of the Sam Raimi trilogy is that, like, again, the development of the characters, the visuals, the cast,
himself,
the soundtrack, and it's the lasting influence on the comic book film industry and genre as a whole.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, we don't know how the superhero landscape would be. Moving on to the Andrew Garfield, Mark Webb films. More divisive.
You know what? Okay, look.
Dude, separate them.
It's like a love-hate relationship with those films. Like, sometimes I love them, but at the same time I hate them because of, like, it was sort of like a cash grab because Sam Raimi cancelled Spider-Man 4. And so this was sort of like too soon, basically. It was too soon. But like Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 1 was a decent film. Wasn't like the best Spider-Man film. It was a decent film, but the Amazing Spider-Man 2 was sort of like dog shit compared to it.
Yeah. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 was I liked it. But then 2 went to... 2 was too much, I say. 2 was like...
2 was trying to live up to the Avengers. Because like The Dark Knight, like it had the Amazing Spider-Man 1 had influence from The Dark Knight. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 had influence from the Avengers.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they crammed so much into one.
But the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit, now that suit is sick.
That's probably my favorite suit.
It's cool.
And I'd say visually, the swinging.
That got overtaken by the Homecoming.
I know, like, but we have to agree, like the swinging in the Amazing franchise is on par with the Raimi swinging. Yeah. Because like the swinging has like. It has like momentum, like you can feel it.
It's very dynamic, like the camera.
Very dynamic, yeah. Very like comic booky, like Spider-Man swing.
And then let's move on to the overall consensus is that very flawed, the Amazing Spider-Man trilogy, but a lot of specs that are really like diamonds in the rough in there, which had a lot of potential.
Of wasted potential.
There you
go. A lot of wasted potential.
And then let's move on to the MCU series of films. And my relationship with the MCU Spider-Man is very weird. Again, it's love-hate. It's very love-hate.
I'm whole love, no hate.
Okay, cool. Hakan, are you all love, no hate, or hate, no love, or?
I'm starting to hate them. Like at first, I was like okay with them. After Far From Home, I'm not okay with them. And like...
Oh, Alex, I see that look. Wait, you're off camera, Alex. Move up a bit. You're off camera.
He's off camera. You can really see the man.
I got comfortable. That's fine.
Yeah. I saw that look you gave Hakan where you didn't like... Come on. Okay, carry on. Hakan, explain.
I don't know why you should hate it, though.
Okay.
No, God, look, Far From Home, look, I know everyone's gonna like come after me, but like, yo, fuck you, H115. You don't know good cinema when you see it. Like... But like, look, Far From Home. When I watched it, I was wanting to love it, but like at the first credit, the opening kind of pissed me off. But not even kind of, it did piss me off because like the opening, it was basically like a memoriam for like everyone who died in Endgame, but they had like a song in the background. They were sort of taking the piss out of it.
Right.
Like it was like Whitney Houston.
I don't get you. Yeah.
Right.
And they put it in the background of the images of those heroes who died. I'm like, this doesn't even need to be in the film. It didn't need to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is something that you would put as in like a joke. But this isn't a joke. Endgame was one of the serious Marvel films out there, and you're playing it as like a joke. Like, what's going on?
It's high school, though.
No, not even like that. But even for like a high school, that's just so dumb. But even the high school shit pisses me off. It's such like Disney. No, I'm sorry, I'm going on a little tangent here. But even the high school stuff pisses me off. It's sort of like Disney Channel, like made this happen. It's like Disney Channel, Spider-Man, and I hate that.
Okay. So my thoughts on sorry, I cut you off because you're going on a tangent.
No, you can continue.
So you despise the what Spider-Man has done, what's happened to Spider-Man in the MCU, and you love Alex the MCU Spider-Man, and I'm in between. I'm like bang in the middle. Like there's a lot of stuff that I love, a lot of stuff that I don't like. This Spider-Man's more like MCU focused, MCU driven, Avengers driven. He's not the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that we know. He's more of Iron Boy Junior, Iron Man Boy. I enjoy.
Iron Lad.
Okay, let's.
Sorry for going off.
Go on.
The thing is that they overuse Iron Man to like include in the plot for Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
That shouldn't be the case. I mean, Uncle Ben, when has this man ever been referenced in the MCU Spider-Man films? Once. Probably like once or twice.
Very subtle.
It was once.
Well, fucking once. And that's only like the suitcase. It had BFP. That's the only time you see like Uncle Ben's reference. But even that, like, Iron Man shouldn't be like the main focus for Peter Parker's growth as Spider-Man. It should be Uncle Ben. That's the man who raised you. Yeah. And like, I mean, the Iron Man situation between him and Peter, it should have been like a mentor thing, but sometimes it becomes like a father-son relationship.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be the case. Like, you have a father, you don't need another one.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he's had three fathers.
Yeah.
His actual father, Uncle Ben, and Aunt Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Even my Aunt May, I don't know what they're doing with Aunt May. She's like the hot aunt. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't deny this.
Like, okay. Let's get into comparing because it's all tangents right now. Okay, how do we compare these? So, okay, let's compare the portrayals of each Spider-Man right now.
All right, let's go
Maguire. He is.
Harry Maguire.
Maguire is the classic Ditko Stanley
Silver Age Spider-Man.
Age Spider-Man. He's very cheesy, very corny sometimes with his line delivery.
Yeah.
With the old boy, yeah.
Oh yeah. Peter Pan.
Like those, I live for that shit. I live for that cheesy, corny stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, even in his acting, as well, I mean, he's not like terrific at those films, but like it's really good for what it is. And but yeah, his portrayal is God, I don't know how to describe it, but it's very cheesy, very corny, but sometimes not even sometimes, it has heart, it has passion. You can see it in the filmmaking and the movies in general, like Spider-Man 2, for example. But but you see this Peter going through so much struggle, and yet he's fine at the end of the day. And like, even though he's going through so much, like terrible things like jobs and relationships, the bugle and stuff like that, he's still there. And you have this sense of empathy and sympathy towards this man. And yeah, it's something that hasn't translated into the MCU where it's like relatable and not like the Maguire films. Really, that's how I see it.
Right. Okay. So yeah, you really love Tobey Maguire's depiction of Spider-Man. Clearly.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to Mark Webb's Andrew Garfield's depiction of Spider-Man. I'm so mixed with Andrew. Like, I love Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
I love the first one. I just don't like the second one.
Is the thing about him? He's a bit of a emo.
He's a bit of like he's at the start of the Amazing Spider-Man. He starts as like a fucking arsehole.
Yeah.
He believes that he's better than everyone. Has like that. He believes that he's better than everyone.
He's a snarky. He's
like a real mofo, and he ain't afraid to show it.
Yeah.
He doesn't like authority. He will back chat to anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he would even stand up to like Flash.
Which is honestly, it's an interesting take. I'm not gonna bash that. It's like a
modern take on high school, because like realistically, if a Peter Parker was made today, he would have that kind heart of him to stand up to bullies such as Flash.
Yeah. Again, like this Peter Parker's interesting. Not my favorite.
Definitely
not anyone's favorite.
I don't know, like I like the fact. I think maybe if it wasn't told correctly, that like his story of redemption, like he's like this, like Billy Batson a bit, like he's like this dickhead kid who just doesn't like anyone. He resents people. He's more reclusive than usual, and then like when and then when he's learnt responsibility, that's when he becomes Spider-Man. Maybe that's not the way it's executed. I don't know, because again, like the Mark Webb films feel like forced Raimi films.
There's some placement for Raimi's films.
But even that motivational speech that Uncle Ben was giving to
it
Peter
felt so
like,
forced.
You have those obligations to do those things, not choice, responsibility.
Yeah, like
they didn't even say with great power comes with great responsibility.
Yeah, it's like they was trying so hard to make the films like Raimi's, but not at the same time. Which I think was a big blow for them, a big shot in the bullet to the foot. Then let's I don't know, like, okay, this Spider-Man, honestly, the chemistry between this Spider-Man and Emma Stone,
between him, Emma Stone
is the best couple.
Best chemistry.
They were a couple though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they were even a couple as well.
Yeah, and to this day, I don't think any like superhero couple has topped that for me. Like, they were done so well. Like, personally,
it was really heavily based around their relationship.
Yeah, and that's probably my favorite like part of the series is Gwen and Peter, their relationship.
Yeah,
because Mark Webb did direct. Have you seen 500 Days of Summer?
It's one of my favorite films. So
it's really good. Like, he knows how to like.
I know.
You know what?
The director's known for like relationships.
I've been watching. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Well, I was gonna say the director is known for like his like relationships, like storytelling, pretty much.
Like human.
Yeah.
Like falling in our stars, something like that.
Yeah, pretty much. Like that's, and Andrew Garfield, I feel like when he's in the suit, he's a lot more comic booky, like McFarlane, like versatile, like he's a lot more acrobatic, like it's like, you know how like in comic books how he's very like super flexible. It's like that when Spider-Man is like in the film.
Yeah, more acrobatic and seem more powerful than Maguire's.
Yeah. And then let's go on to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. He's the kid. He's the new kid in the group, which I don't mind with.
But good depiction of it.
Yeah, I like. Well, no. I like Tom Holland as an actor. I think he does Peter Parker really well.
Yeah, he does. He does. Like for his age, his like posture, his whole like physicality and everything is just based like a good basement for Peter Parker.
But it's just the flipping, like, I don't see him as like Spider-Man. I don't know how to explain it. Like because he's in the shadow of like the MCU.
Okay, so like the thing with me, right, with Tom Holland Spider-Man, but I'm not sending hate to Tom Holland. I think he's a really great actor. Like, and he's good for what he's given. But like the stuff that he's given is like sort of childish. His Spider-Man has no sense of responsibility, has no sense of relatability, and has no sense of like stakes. Peter Parker's life is always at stake. Anytime when he's like Peter Parker or he's Spider-Man, his life is in danger. His friends are in danger. So it doesn't have that sense that he's worried 24/7. And like the stuff that he does, there's no like tense like suspense about it. Like in the Raimi films, those were like all the time. Like there was always that sense of relatability, of like not worrying, but like the sense of like failing. I guess I can phrase it like that. Tom Holland's Spider-Man hasn't really got any stakes. Like,
but there's no consequence.
That he's ever encountered felt like he was about to die.
Yeah.
And that's how it is.
Yeah.
My personal problem with, it's like what you said earlier, is like there's no Uncle Ben in Spider-Man, the MCU films. That's like having the parents of Batman have nothing to do with the upbringing of Batman's character in the DC films. Similar to that. But people let it go because Iron Man's cool and like he's awesome and like money and MCU and like yeah.
Actually, that's my biggest problem with this Spider-Man. He's not his own character.
Like maybe that's what they're trying to do.
And like he relies on too many people. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you all the time, but like he keeps relying on like Iron Man and pretty much everyone around him. And I'm thinking to myself, you are a scientist, right? You can create stuff on your own. You could have created your own suit by yourself, but you had Iron Man make it for you.
Okay, I'll cut you off there because in Spider-Man: Homecoming there was that scene where Vulture like broke up the building. He had the iconic scene where like he had the Rock on top of him. He was looking himself in the water. No one was there to help him. Spider-Man was the only.
But there was only one problem about that scene. Yeah. It was only like Iron Man's speech in the background. Like, oh, if you're nothing about that suit, then you shouldn't have it. Oh. It should have been Uncle Ben's voice. It should have been Uncle Ben's. It should have been with great power comes with great responsibility. He should have lifted it up. That would have been okay, not better, but it could have been.
It's the only reason why is they don't have full rights, man.
You reckon that's like a right thing, like that they can't use?
I think it's a right thing, because honestly, everything else with this Spider-Man's good. It's just the whole lack of rights Marvel has is the reason why they can't do certain things. That's why I believe Uncle Ben wasn't allowed to be on there. And so that instead he did Tony Stark as the Uncle Ben.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like other little things that made the regular other Spider-Man so itself because it stuck to the original source material. But these ones, due to legal reasons and rights and all this shit like that, it just just sets back Tom Holland's Spider-Man from like fans like Hakan, fans like Yusuf, to not see the full Spider-Man because it's all because of legal shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but even like that, they shouldn't like shoehorn Iron Man like down our throats for like the Spider-Man films. Like Spider-Man should stand out on his own. You don't need Iron Man. Like Spider-Man is way popular than any superhero combined. You don't need Iron Man. Like, relax.
No, but now he's learning. He needed a figure. Let's say these first two films.
Uncle Ben.
He needed Uncle Ben. He got a figure in a super. He needed a superhero figure. Let's say.
Fair enough.
He got that with Tony Stark. Yeah. In the first film, he's trying to figure out because we don't need a teenager. We don't need to know about his teenage life. We need to know how he becomes one of the best heroes around. And we learned that through him trying to become Tony, but realizing he can't. He needs to become his own hero.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see in the second film that he is trying to he's trying to live up to the steps of Iron Man, but become his own hero. And he made the grave mistake by trying to find the next Tony when he should become
Spider-Man.
He should become his own Spider-Man and try to fill up the shoes that not become Iron Man, but let Spider-Man help become like what Iron Man is to the world. If you get what I mean.
I understand. Yeah.
And then his next film, the new one that's coming out,
Yes.
the third MCU one, it should be now everyone knows Spider-Man, everyone knows who he is, and now it should be like you said. Now his life is going to be in danger all the time. Now his like whole story is going to completely change. Like he has figured out that he is not going to be Iron Man. He is going to be his own hero. He's going to become not the next Iron Man, but the next two superheroes to fulfill the Iron Man role, to fulfill the Captain America role, to fulfill the world what the world needs for a hero. When you
my problem is that like I sound like a Raimi fanboy, but the thing I liked about the Raimi trilogy is that like Spider-Man himself, Peter Parker or Spider-Man had a connection to their villain in that film. Like in Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 1, yeah. Harry Osborn, right? Best friend of Peter Parker. His dad was the Goblin. Spider-Man 2, the person that he looked up to the most was Doc Ock, who became evil.
Octavius.
Yeah, and in Spider-Man 3, like you could relate to Sandman because
the Uncle Ben murderer, and as well Eddie Brock with the Daily Bugle.
Yeah, and like yeah, pretty much. And then you find out that Sandman's...
But now the Spider-Man could have this chance to do what he does, because now it's going to relate to Peter Parker and Spider-Man, because, his whole identity...
No, but I disagree, because, like, look what they're doing with, like, Sony now, because, like, Eddie Brock's story, his origin is completely, like, off Spider-Man. Like, it's his own thing now. The whole point... Venom is supposed to be, like... There's the reason why Venom hates Spider-Man so much, because he got rejected by Spider-Man. But that's nothing to do with like the Venom Sony verse of films.
Venom is not going to become the part of
Venom has like nothing to do with Holland Spider-Man, so it wouldn't really like even like the whole Venom and Holland Spider-Man crossover. It wouldn't make any sense because these two are two completely different.
It's going to be a hero team,
and like Holland's, he's so young, he hasn't even experienced that yet. And like Venom, Eddie Brock, he's in his like mid-30s something.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even make any sense.
Plus, like, what Vulture was not connected to even Spider-Man. It was the Iron Man because he stole. The damage control thing when he ran out of business in the beginning of the film. It was that. It wasn't. It
did relate to Peter Parker at the end with Liz.
But, yeah, but that didn't really connect that much because.
But obviously like.
Yeah, but it's not like. It's not like
okay, so you know how like in the Raimi Spider-Man films, like how Yusuf said, like they always connect to Peter in some way. Like Norman was like Peter if he was like a rich man. He's smart, he's very successful, and he has a way with talking to people. Octavius, very smart man. He seems like a reflection of Peter Parker himself. He wants to do good, and he wants to become and he's smart. And he wants to, create things that can benefit humanity. And Peter believes that he can help humanity as Spider-Man. So that kind of, like, helps with the relationship between those two. And they're, like, linked into Peter's personality. And even Eddie Brock. Like, say what you want about Spider-Man 3. Eddie Brock was sort of like that dark reflection of Peter Parker. Mm-hmm. He was very scrawny. He is the depiction of what Venom was going to... What he was going to.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm just thinking Spider-Man 3, because, like, of this secret being exposed or whatever, like, I don't know how they're going to set that up and, like, what they're going to do, but they have to, like, change the narrative of, like, him becoming the next Iron Man or whatever. Like, it just be him becoming Spider-Man. Like, that should just be it. I don't want him to have an arc about not being the next Iron Man.
That's what next film is going to be about, though.
But I'm just scared and skeptical on how they're going to do it. That's what I'm worried about. Like, Spider-Man should be his own thing. Like, Spider-Man. He's not Iron Man. He's not anyone. He's Spider-Man.
He's not a sidekick. He's the main man.
He's the face of he's the face of Marvel. So I'm really, I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, this third Spider-Man film is probably gonna make it or break it for me on like my
it's either gonna be Iron Man. Let's say it's gonna be either a Spider-Man 3 or an Iron Man 6.
Yeah.
It's pretty much that.
The thing is like I liked the Spider-Man stuff in outside the films. Like I loved him in Infinity War, in Endgame, in Civil War.
Mm.
I don't
But
really care about him.
that's the purpose why he has to release Iron Man.
No, I don't know. Maybe it's just like a Russo's thing. Like the Russos can handle the character better than the Homecoming and Far From Home people. Yeah.
But honestly, I don't mind. It's like whole new depiction, but obviously people want Spider-Man to be him.
But it's annoying.
Character.
It's annoying. Don't you think that like you know how let's go.
Like Spider-Man 3 should be a mature story about Peter trying to regain the trust from the citizens of New York, make them believe that he's not a criminal, that he's a man trying to help people.
He's a Spider-Man.
Like, it should be mature. It should be like a mature storyline, and I don't get why they are not doing it that way. Spider-Man is not always about quips and jokes and laughing and that. It's a very mature story about a man dealing with responsibility. That sounds so corny of me for saying that, but it's definitely true.
It's very hard to tell what Spider-Man's going to become now.
Yeah, I'm really like I'm scared. I'm scared, but I'm excited at the same time. So it's really.
I'm still enjoying it though. I personally, from a fan.
See, it's annoying because like look at the Batman. Like this is just fan base stuff now. The Batman fan base, right? You can be like, hey, who's your favorite Batman? I like Michael Keaton. Fair enough. Who's your favorite Batman? Oh, I like Ben Affleck. Fair enough. Bale, same. I like Bale. Hey, who's your favorite Spider-Man? Maguire. How dare you? Tom Holland's the best Spider-Man ever. How dare you?
Those are like the Holland girls.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. From a good standpoint, I know a lot of Holland girls.
I know, same. It's just.
Damn.
You know the friend I told you about.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You told me.
She's a Holland girl.
Yeah, it's just. No. Actually, no. I shouldn't complain because I know when Patterson becomes like Batman, there's gonna be a big fan.
I mean, the thing is, he doesn't even like Patterson doesn't want this fan base to be like Twilight.
He's gonna be that's his worry because he's gonna be like, oh, Twilight Batman, oh, it's gonna be so shit.
No, people are gonna there's gonna be a massive like fan base for like Patterson fangirls for Batman. It's gonna happen.
Like, that's it. That's his only worry. He doesn't want this fan base to be like Twilight, where like girls are like ripping posters or like stealing posters of like Patterson and just robbing from like a Target or something like that. He doesn't want it to be like that.
Yeah.
And I can respect him on that.
So back to the Spider-Man stuff. Is that like we're I don't know what to talk about.
That's what we need to say, really. It's
like
not,
in action, in terms of action, I'd probably go. I don't know, because like the Raimi films, they've everything is so intricately done. Like the action, the storytelling, the music,
like Spider-Man 1, Green Goblin versus Spider-Man, the most brutal fight scene I've ever seen in a superhero film. The Spider-Man 2, the train scene, masterpiece.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3,
more of the Peter Parker stuff, really.
The end stuff. The end fight in Spider-Man 3. I guess like that one.
Hobgoblin versus Venom versus Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did like that one though.
What about side characters? Who had the best side character cast? I'll put Raimi again. I'm gonna go Raimi again.
It's Raimi. There's no way. There's like no way to say it besides Raimi.
Like what? You have Harry Osborn. You have Mary Jane. You have Aunt May, who's just a beautiful angel. Like
Aunt May, like
James
Rosemary Harris is a saint.
The whole bugle itself.
J.K.
Simmons. J.K. Simmons. You can't get anything better than that.
Like, and Andrew Goff, honestly, like Emma Stone holds up that film so much. Though that series, it's insane.
Okay. Love interest. Spider-Man. Best love interest.
Emma Stone.
I'm kind of going in on Emma Stone.
Emma Stone.
Just because
Emma Stone, man. So, like the Holland films they made two different love interests in space of two films, which is
like one's MJ, but like she's not even MJ, she's Michelle Jones, but they call her MJ for some dumb fucking reason.
Legal reasons. Legal reasons. Don't just say that. Legal reasons.
Alright.
Legal reasons.
Okay. Then you have Mary Jane Watson by Kirsten Dunst in I find her annoying. Not gonna lie. I think she just abuses.
Yeah, I don't know.
Taco.
I just Emma Stone is more likable than
Emma
that
Stone, man.
Regina.
That's my wife,
Ah.
future wife.
Yeah.
Emma Stone, yeah. Liz Allen's not really a love interest, really. She's just there.
She's there. She's more of a pretty face, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even
And
Zendaya's
Zendaya,
character, I don't like. They look like a cute.
Zendaya's
Honestly,
too
they look like a
tall.
cute couple, but that's pretty much it, really. I don't see the.
Yeah, Michelle Jones, like the whole thing, it's so like awkward and weird. Like
I actually prefer Liz than MJ.
that's only because it's not like annoying. That's the thing. That's not.
I like Liz because it's similar to MJ, similar to Emma Watson. Like at the beginning.
No, okay, but like the thing is right. Like Liz and MJ, the difference is from Sam Raimi's to this one, Liz. Like Peter already knew who like MJ was. They were in the same school together, and they were neighbors.
Yeah.
And they talked. So that relationship was there. Liz and Holland's Peter, they don't even talk to each other that much. They're just there. They talk when they have to talk.
But that's
Like,
a regular like that's
That
a
honestly, well, you could say that's a real thing though, because people are like
that's
that
what
with
I'm
like
saying. It's like
crushes.
an actual stereotypical like real thing now. Like compared to today's world, like let's just say from my personal high school experience, I had crushes on girls that I even talked to, man.
Yeah.
And I've only talked to them like once or twice, and then that was it.
Yeah. I'll go with that. Yeah.
Fair enough, but if we're doing this in like a film, right? If we want like the viewer to connect to these two people and we want them to be together, we have to make the relationship seem like strong in a way. Yeah, like strong. So we have to make them connected to each other. Like have them hang out at least once or twice. Have them go on like a friend date or something like that. Like whatever happened, like that kind of stuff. Then
Like,
the relationship could have been at least better.
Or like have like
And
this
then
growing
I've got
this
something.
this thing, you know, like in Spider-Man 2, it was at the end of Spider-Man 2 where all the crap MJ and Peter went through. You finally see MJ like looking at Peter without the mask, and she finally realizes that Spider-Man is Peter. And
And
then
that weight is just lifted off of him. Like,
Yeah.
she
She's like
finally.
and she understands why Peter's like what he is.
compared to like
And then he screams afterwards.
then compared to like the MCU one where it's like you're Spider-Man.
Okay.
But it just shows her how smart she is.
Nah, I'll still say Emma Stone. I don't.
But, like,
Yeah,
Emma Stone, yeah, obviously Emma Stone is still the best.
like even like
Emma
just the
Stone
way
is-
they act with each other. You know that time where like they enter Oscorp
Yeah.
Yeah,
and like they're getting chased by like gods.
yeah.
And like
then-
Peter like spills coffee, and then like he's like, what? And then yeah, it's just it's yeah. The
Yeah.
chemistry is a lot better. I just find MJ in the films annoying in the MCU. I don't know MCU and
I think
Raimi.
like Spectacular Spider-Man did it
Oh,
perfectly because like she started off as a friend, and they were gonna like lean into the whole girlfriend thing.
yeah,
That's how that's how they could have done it with Liz. They could have just made like a friend and then like have her as a potential love interest, like not even potential, like as a girlfriend
Yeah.
in like the other films in the next film. But they didn't do it. Like, oh god, missed opportunities. And she's a attractive actress, if I do say so myself.
yeah. Yeah. Again, Emma Stone. Emma Stone is the
yeah,
best.
it's got to be Emma Stone.
Best like best suit.
Oh, you
At this
just
point,
got
I'm
another
biased to Raimi.
Oh, I can't tell.
Honestly, I'm gonna go Amazing Spider-Man 2.
But then I want to see Raimi, but then I'm gonna get like Holland fangirls after me.
Oh, forget about the Holland fangirls, man. We're talking about we're Spider-Man fans.
I just like the Holland dudes. I gotta admit.
The thing is, I like the Holland
You know,
suit,
Sam,
but it's just too green.
Sam
It's
Raimi's
too.
suit, that's probably my favorite.
It's too fake.
It's CGI every time. It's
Yeah.
just CGI.
Not all of them are CGI.
I guarantee you, Holland never wore the suit.
No, they're actual suits. There are suits made. Like most of them are. Like,
Yeah, there are suits made, but I guarantee he's never worn the actual suit. It's mostly like mocap.
And then they just CG thing over it.
They just put the CG over it.
Because like, I don't.
In Civil War, they actually had a practical suit. It was like old, like classic kind of Spider-Man. It was good. It was like there, you can actually touch it. And then when the film came out, it was CGI.
Yeah, it looked too plasticky. But the thing is, I love the Ditko design. I love like the design that they have with the eyes and stuff. I love that.
Oh yeah, and the symbol, bro, like the spider symbol as well.
Yeah.
But like that was the early concepts.
But
I
like,
like I like the Holland suits.
Yo, why can't they just like CGI the eyes like only? Because like Deadpool did it.
Yeah.
Why can't they just do it for like this?
yeah. Or like have
No,
this.
they did. Well, in Infinity War and Endgame, this whole suit is CGI for a reason.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man, obviously they can't make the.
Oh, that's an exception. Yeah.
And then for Far From Home, there was an actual suit. There was an actual suit made.
No, but like
They put the spots and like the whole CGI things all over the eye, things to adjust it and everything. That was it.
The thing
Why, my thing is like, why touch those suits? Those suits are actually good. Like this is not even me being like, like kind of funny. But I'm actually being serious. Like I do love those suits when it's not touched with CGI.
Yeah.
Like even in the scenes thing.
It's just for realistic reasons, like whole zooming out, zooming in, like.
Oh my god, no, but like even like with Raimi's films, like it was practical the entire way. Like the suit, you can actually touch it. Even in the Amazing Spider-Man films, those were actually real suits. So hey, this shouldn't happen with like the suit. It should just be.
They're half CGI, half real. That's what's saying.
No, like the thing about the Amazing Spider-Man film suits is that, especially in number 2, like when Spider-Man's like dropping from the sky, you can legit like see like the wrinkles in the suit like wave as the wind hits it.
Yeah, like the whole suit is loose.
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah,
like that.
And like you can like it's like little stuff like that, like because it's real. That's what it would actually look like.
There's a person underneath that suit.
Yeah.
Like it's so cool.
Like it's actual fabric, not like a motion cap suit.
Yeah. Like CGI has a place in Spider-Man films. It shouldn't be with the suit. Like it can be with the suit when it's swinging scenes.
Yeah.
But it can't be like all the time, basically.
Yeah. So we're all on. So Alex likes the Holland suit. You like the Raimi suit, and I'll probably go. Okay, we're at a trio. Then I go for the Garfield suit.
Yeah.
Raimi show.
I'm not saying I'm a Holland guy. I'm just saying, preferences.
Okay, what else? Soundtracks. Soundtracks.
Oh, you gotta kill me, man. You're gonna kill me.
Who has the best soundtracks?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's Sam Raimi.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Raimi's.
Danny Elfman's score. I got that on my Spotify. I listen to that every day.
I don't.
And they play it out like I can't even remember the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying because I don't remember the Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man.
The MCU Spider-Man's theme is so generic. It's like da 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 da.
Style to it. There's no style to it.
Yeah.
It's a choir version of like the Spider-Man original song.
The Danny Elfman theme, man.
So iconic.
And like it plays during the opening sequence of the credits when he's swinging.
I remember the original Spider-Man one. I remember the Raimi's. I remember the Raimi's.
It's got a mix of everything. It's got like drama, action, high pacedness. It slows down.
What am I debating on this? It has to be Raimi.
It's got like
it has to be Raimi.
It's got
but like when you listen to it for like first time, your heart just like feels like it just left your body. Like
it's the one that always sticks with your head for no matter how long, no matter how long it's been.
Yeah.
It sticks in your head.
I mean, I listen to that like practically every day now. It sounds sad, but
it's an iconic.
It's an iconic theme.
You know what they should just do? They should just do one more Sam Raimi film just to end it off. like the CW has done, and then
make it like an animated film. I don't really care at this point. Make it like an animated film.
Just do into the universe, like make the Raimi film like the last film, and then done and dusted.
I mean, yeah.
Or just connect it to the
hang on. Kevin Feige was a part of the Spider-Man production, right? Before he went to Disney.
He was, yeah.
Wait. I'm gonna Google this right now.
I used to watch one of those behind the scenes.
Don't comment on that because I don't know.
Wait, I just remember like Spider-Man, Kevin Feige.
Wasn't it 3? It was 3, wasn't it?
Sam Raimi. Oh, I'm legit googling it now because. Okay, I cannot remember. I can't find it right now. I don't want to like thing it, but yeah, soundtrack Spider-Man. Though I do like the vocal like songs from like Homecoming. Like they put the Ramones.
Okay, yeah.
Where it's like "Hey, oh, let's go." The Ramones. They have also what song do they have?
AC/DC.
AC/DC. And they have other songs as well, but the score I don't find it memorable to be honest. Okay, yeah, score. So Raimi, I can't remember the. We're really forgetting the Amazing Spider-Man stuff. Like this is.
So let's just do like to round this all off. Let's start with Raimi, out of 10.
10.
10. Yeah, fine. Amazing Spider-Man.
5.
6.
5.5. 5.5.
I say 6. I say only Amazing Spider-Man would have been higher. Just got dropped down by
I only give it a 6 because there's some good stuff about it, but also bad stuff about it.
Nah, only 6 because of Amazing Spider-Man, and then Holland.
Man, the Holland one fluctuates from like 5 to 7 to 4 to 8.
I'll go in the middle.
I'll give it
a 7.5.
I'm gonna go 6.7.
4.5.
Oof. Ooh, damn. Okay.
Actually, I'm more leaning towards like 8. I'll just say 7.5 to 8, like 1.
Okay, but like Alex, like okay, I'm gonna attack Alex.
You're actually being like nice to the Holland films. I'm not. I'm being like.
Okay, I'm gonna attack Alex here, right? Alex, if you were to remove the Marvel MCU stuff from the Homecoming films and Far From Home, what do you have?
What do you mean?
Like, what kind of film do you have then?
Besides what?
If you take away the MCU stuff
say again. I didn't always pay attention.
So if you take away the aspects from like the MCU and like Marvel MCU aspects from Homecoming and like Far From Home, what do you have?
Yeah. Just shit. Yeah.
Oof.
Just the try to a Spider-Man film with growth, but without no meaning.
Oof. There you go.
Okay, I'll drop it down to 7.
Okay, no, I'm not convincing you to change your score. My God, I'm just.
I'm dropping it back down to 7.
Okay. Okay. Let me.
I'll go back to my. I'll say 7.5. I'll say 7.5.
Okay. Let's try.
Don't make me change it. 7.5. I'm on 7.5.
Okay, let me attack Kakan now.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Wait, let me think.
Oh shit. I messed up.
Wait, hang on.
Damn it.
Take away everything from Raimi.
If you take away it's just a damn good story.
Let's say you went to Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home without knowledge prior Amazing Spider-Man.
So if I didn't know anything about the Raimi films or the web films, and I just knew the Holland films,
yeah, that's the thing though. Like, I don't know. Like, you could say that.
But I have the comics though. I can still read the comics and I can know what the character's like. So if I see, so if I was going to see those Holland films again, I can point out that there are flaws in those, and I can still be like, it's either a 5 or a 4.
Okay, I've got one. Try and counter this. The Sam Raimi trilogy is dated.
outdated, like how, like the lines, like the writing or something like that.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't see it like that.
Okay.
Nah, I don't. Like, I don't see it that. Nah, I'm actually being serious. I don't see it like that. It's corny for like not being for the sake of corniness, but it's like it's cheesy for the right reasons. Like sometimes you have to like joke around like a few, but sometimes the writing can go really deep and like Shakespearean in a way, or like poetic. Even in Spider-Man 2, like the writing was somewhat poetic.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing it outdated, like that's far from.
This is a hack.
That's far from true.
Just personally attacking him.
Okay. I don't know. Like, okay, that's cool. Fair enough. That's pretty much our thoughts on the Spider-Man films.
This was longer than expected. Okay.
This is a flipping podcast episode, man. We're 46 minutes in.
Oh shit!
Oh, for God's sake.
Well,
3 minutes.
Well, we have 2 episodes in this week, so that's okay.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Keep going. Like, what else can we talk about from Spider-Man? Like soundtracks, visuals, comedy.
There's nothing much, mate.
Who's got the best humor? I think all of them have pretty funny humor, to be honest.
It's just
they got like individual humor that works for those films.
Yeah.
Like, I love like the slapstick stuff of like the Homecoming stuff. You know when like in Homecoming where they go to Washington and they're in the motel.
Yeah.
I just find it funny, like, you know when you had Flash Thompson just run and just slap Peter's ass.
Oh yeah.
I was laughing when that happened. Or
okay, it's useless.
or when even in the Amazing Spider-Man, you know when he got his powers for the first time.
Yeah.
In the Amazing Spider-Man, and like he's on the train, and like he accidentally touches the woman and like rips their clothes off.
Yeah.
That's another funny moment. That's then there's that, and then there's him like messing with Flash Thompson with the basketball.
Oh yeah.
Then
that was good. That was good.
That was
then
funny.
like in the Raimi trilogy, what's like a really funny moment?
Oh, there's always funny moments, like with J.K. Simmons as, you know.
Oh, Jake.
The laugh, the iconic laugh. Are you serious?
You're fired.
Serious.
Humor. I think humor is quite equal. I'd say I laughed more in the Homecoming films and the MCU, but like again, the MCU have the formula down for comedy.
Yeah.
The Raimi films are a lot more subtle in comedy. It's kind of like The Dark Knight, how like the humor is based off
The characters.
yeah. Or like, you know, like in Spider-Man 2 where the bank robbery was happening.
Oh yeah.
The man was gonna take the money and like Aunt May was like no, with the stick.
She's like,
Yeah.
she's just slapping his hand.
Like that. Thoughts? Would you say they're quite all pretty good with their comedy and humor?
I said they're all good. They're all fine. It's on the film, really.
I would say they have their own individual comedy that works for them.
Yeah. Villains.
Raimi.
I like Vulture. Vulture's mad villain.
Yeah.
Vulture's...
Actually, no. It's okay. It's okay. I think it's between one of the two, Raimi or
Vulture.
Just Vulture, but I haven't seen Far From Home. Just saying at the moment, so
No,
I don't know about
Mysterio's a good villain.
Mysterio's a good villain. However, like his origins tied in with Tony Stark.
Yeah, but you know, Tony doesn't have any.
I can say this. It's like Vulture was intimidating as hell in Homecoming.
Oh yeah.
Like I felt threatened by this man's presence.
Like the car scene when they're in when he's a
casting
chauffeur.
is
Yeah.
really great. Like they did a fantastic job getting Michael Keaton as the Vulture. Like he was tense and he was sane, like insane and sane at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked like he could kill someone. And you know, like that
And you can
was
understand where he's
somewhat
coming from.
Like that was a redeemable quality about Homecoming.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then there's the Amazing Spider-Man villains, which no one cares about. No one cares about the Goblin. No one cares about the Lizard.
No, there's too many villains in one film.
Rhino was just there for no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, with Raimi, like, again, his villains are always tied in with Peter, and they were always threatening and scary. Like, even the Green Goblin, his suit, even though it's cheesy as hell,
Yeah.
that mask used to scare me all the time as a kid.
Oh, you know that scene where he's in the fire and like the baby's crying,
Yeah.
and then like he
Bro,
turns
I
around.
used to, like, fast forward that scene all the time. I used to fast-
Okay, so villains again. I'll go Raimi then. So it's all Raimi. Best
So I'm Raimi or Holland.
cinematography, like visuals, like aesthetics, eye candy.
Oh, it has to be amazing.
I mean, you know what I'm gonna say.
Eye candy. Sam
You
Raimi.
know what I'm gonna say.
It has to be amazing.
Or even you can say mine, because, like,
Amazing's pretty close. Like, there's a really cool shots of like.
Two had a lot of cinematography. One second.
Oh, you know when he's like diving down the city and the camera's panning up.
oh yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
But, like, shit. Okay, ultimately, I have to say, Raimi, there are some cool shots.
Yeah.
I have to. Like,
I'm just gonna go Raimi because. Yeah.
I say it's amazing.
I mean, there was some cool, decent shots in that.
Homecoming. That's the thing about again Homecoming. Only Guardians of the Galaxy is like the only like film I know that they have like the cinematography separate from like the other MCU films. Every MCU film's like cinematography feels the same and annoying. Besides
No
Guardians.
visual flair, that's the thing.
Yeah.
James Gunn knew that with his Guardians film.
Yeah. Well, action.
Oh, we spoke about action.
Did we? Oh, okay. Never mind.
I haven't got a lot.
Have we
that's
covered
it,
all the
man.
topics?
Honestly.
Yeah, we've talked about everything we needed to say about the Spider-Man franchise.
Okay, that's the debate then. So overall, that's the debate. What do you guys think in the comments below? If you've survived this long-ass video, which we didn't intend to be this long.
Yeah, which
Apologies.
we unintentionally did not plan it to be this long.
We thought it was
just
gonna
got
be.
the timer, okay?
We legit
It's not
thought it
on.
would be like a 10-minute debate, but nope, it's a full-on hour episode.
Hold on, Yusuf. You've messed us up.
So yeah, overall, should we say Raimi's trilogy is the king of Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, Raimi's the trilogy king, and then Holland's king.
Holland has the MCU has the potential to be the
Yeah,
greatest.
he has the potential, but they are crushing it badly.
Like
That's how-
honestly, the Spider-Man PS4 game is probably the
Yeah.
closest so far, like in hitting the mark. But that's a game. That's not a film. But yeah, that's the Spider-Man debate with YK2K, HR15, and Vibe HD. Thank you for watching, and Excelsior.
Peace.
Peace.